It's good, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Things. No matter where you are watching, no matter what device you are watching off of, tablet, laptop, cell phone, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to us at Wrestling with Things and like us on YouTube. Like us also on Facebook at Wrestling with Things. Guys, I'm not going to waste no more time, man. I said this last week. I didn't even believe it myself. But as you can see, this is David, but you're not seeing an illusion. I am John Cena for the day. I had to come prepared. I had to come right. Sammy didn't think it was possible. Hell, I didn't even think it was possible at times. But damn, I had that last bit of faith. John Cena is back. Hustle, loyalty, respect. You can't see me. He's back. The greatest of all time. The God is back. And Sammy, the floor is yours, man. I want you to tell me what was going through your mind. I also want you to just give me a quick summary of your thoughts on Money in the Bank. But let's not get off topic. Cena, what are you expecting out of this Roman Reigns feud now that it's going to be a reality?
Well, he was the biggest thing of the whole show. If we want to be honest, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy to me. I don't know if the same thing was going through your head, but it's crazy to me how just the sight of him walking out in the entrance music and him making his way and doing all his, talking to the camera and all that, just him doing an average entrance and looking at the guy was the biggest reaction of anything anybody came close to that whole entire night, which just which just shows that that's a true big time player. True.
Well said.
It's the truest thing you could possibly get. I mean, nobody even came close.
You can't quite fully describe it, but it's real. Like that star power, you feel it. You feel it in the TV screen.
You can. It's just a pure example of there's levels to things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just he's just on a completely different level from anybody on the show, which just shows me, they have to try to get somebody to that level. You know what I mean? Because he's not gonna be here to do this for you guys all the time, but he's here. You got him now. You got lucky,
Mm-hmm.
You was able to pull the string. Somehow he was able and willing, and now you gotta. I mean, there's no real way to make the most of it. I mean, but it definitely will help Roman Reigns.
Yeah, it will. No matter what, it will certainly go a long way for him. But nah, that was well said. It just goes to show you that a megastar in wrestling is a megastar. You can't copy that. You can't mimic that. You can't put enough value and emphasis on how valuable that is. Guess what? The first beat of his music, the kids, the women, I was watching closely, though, met everybody. Just the first beat of his song, everybody was screaming and going crazy and standing up. That's when you know you're over. That's when you know you're truly that guy. And I'm obviously not surprised about it, but the fact that the way we experienced it, I also want to give them props because they did a good job of keeping it a secret. Everybody was like, oh, he's not going to pop up till SummerSlam. But I think he did a good job of pulling the strings and making it seem like, yo, I might not come at all. But he came at Money in the Bank. And it was perfect. They didn't even need to say anything. Come in, tell Roman you can't see me. The look on Roman's face said everything. Damn, I'm telling these people to acknowledge me every week as the greatest. But this dude shows up out of nowhere and just takes all my shine and reaction. The look on his face said it all. The you can't see me said it all. That's all that needed to happen to set up the match. It was perfect. It was the perfect way to end out hot. And I'm just really excited about this because, we don't know. You're right. They got lucky. They're blessed. They got a little time to, get some appearances out of him. He's going to be on Raw and SmackDown for the most part over the course of the summer, to help build and milk this. And who knows? He might throw in a tag match, a regular Raw tag match or something. I could see them certainly doing something like Edge and Cena versus Roman and the Usos. I could see them doing something like that on the belt. So this is a treat, man. And I think it's going to pay off for Roman Reigns. I also think that while I love this, and we don't know how many Cena matches or Cena appearances that we're realistically going to get, I do think it exposes something about Raw and SmackDown, is that they got great depth of talent top to bottom, but you guys don't have a hero like John Felix Anthony Cena. They don't have a hero. And I'm not saying it's easy to create, because you can't create a Rock, a Cena, or Austin every year or every 3-5 years. But what I am saying is, that's what I'm saying. They have to make it clear that, I'm putting all my chips to the table and I'm putting that effort in to at least get someone that's scratching that type of level. Because all the greatest wrestlers right now are heels. And great heels need great heroes that people believe in to slap them up and start beef and to conquer them. And they're really lacking on the hero part of things. And I just think it's interesting because from top to bottom, mid-card, lower mid-card, even the main event, and the women, they got the most depth they've ever had, but not enough people that broke through to separate themselves completely.
Right. No, that's definitely true, which is exactly why I said they have to get somebody to that level. Somebody has to somehow, put something together to get to that level, because this guy, yes, he was able to, give you the opportunity right now, but what about when he's gone?
Mm-hmm.
What does Roman do?
Who's gonna take that mantle of, I'm that hero, I'm the lead hero, I'm the hero people could believe in?
Who threatens Roman now when Cena's not here? That's what they really got to figure out. They got to figure out the same thing for Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
It's really getting sad at this point. Like, this really no, seriously, because the fact that you got to call Bill Goldberg.
We gotta get into that. Come on, man. You guys are too hard on Goldberg, in my opinion, man. People are too hard on Goldberg a little bit.
Right. Well,
he doesn't beg. It's not his fault they choose him.
That's why I said they
come to him and he's gonna be like, yeah, I'll do it.
Dave, my problem is them calling him. My problem is not him accepting the call. By all means, accept the call, get your money, have fun. You know what I mean? I'm not going at him for that. I'm going at him because they have to call him, because there's no one else in that place.
Hold on. This is good. This is good. No, that's good perspective. We'll get right soon into that, because we were going to talk about that Goldberg Lashley anyway. But I want to finish up on Cena. I definitely think that it shines a hero and good guy problem that they seem to be having for some reason. Like the good guys aren't mega threats. They're not threats. They're very talented, good performers, but not threats. Like
they're not that
over. I mean, Daniel Bryan, when he was a little more active, pretty over. I'll say that.
Yes, that was the one guy.
Drew McIntyre fairly over. He's probably the only one they've done justice from building from scratch. But that's not enough. You need at least a rotation of 3 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's really an interesting spot. But I really want to know this. I'm really looking forward to the promo battles. I even think this week's SmackDown, I expect it to start up because he's gonna be bouncing on Raw and SmackDown. That's how great he is, man. He don't go by the bread split. He bounces at any time, anywhere. Hell, he might come on NXT to promote shit. Who knows, man? It's the summer of Cena, man. We got him for the summer, man. He made it clear that it wasn't gonna be a one night only after the show. But the promo battles, man, with Paul Heyman, and this is what I'm really interested to see, bro. Because Cena, he's not from the Attitude Era. However, the Ruthless Aggression Era had enough Attitude Era elements that Cena somewhat has it. What do I mean by that? The Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era wasn't the Attitude Era. They didn't have the same exact freedom, but they still had a lot of leeway and a lot of looseness to challenge each other on the mic, to ad-lib and throw in some lines that your opponent wasn't expecting, just to test them to see how sharp he is on the microphone. And the last time they were in the ring together, Cena got him. He played the old school, let me throw in whatever's on my mind and let's see if you can match me on the microphone. I really want to see if Roman Reigns could rise to the occasion. I'm not expecting him to beat Cena, but if he could match Cena, that's the true test of this rivalry and the true measurement of the success. Because I know the match is going to be a classic, but I really want to see if the Roman Reigns that we've been seeing when he's standing in the ring with Cena, with thousands of fans screaming, with the pressure on, can he match him line for line, wit for wit, on the microphone? I really want to see that.
I'm gonna give you your answer already. No.
Come on, man. You don't think he has potential? He's came a long way. Let's give the man his credit. He has not had a bad promo in about a year and a half.
No, don't get me wrong. Roman.
This guy, he's brand new.
Roman has become a pretty damn good trash talker.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say that he hasn't upped the bar in that department at all. He has. He's upped the bar. But like I said, there's levels to this. You know what I mean? Cena is somebody who went toe to toe with the likes of guys like Hunter, Triple H.
Oh, all the greats.
The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? Michaels. Like he this is somebody who is truly battle tested. Now look at Roman's track record. Who has he had to deal with?
That's fair. That's a fair. That you can't argue that. But he, so
Cena's gonna wipe the floor with him again, but at least this time Roman will have something in the tank.
That's fair.
He will have something.
That's fair. That's a fair way to look at it because that's facts. Roman Reigns just, got kind of developed, on the microphone and found his confidence, in the last about year or two. So he has not had, classic promo segments where, he was the one getting the louder reactions and he was popping the crowd more. Cena been doing that.
And it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
It's not.
It's the competition.
Yeah.
It's the competition.
It's the competition and the fact that he just got good. Back when he was facing Triple H, he was green on the microphone. When he was feuding with all those cats, it really was too early for him to be going through those guys.
Too early.
And they know it. Like the Undertakers, the Triple H's, the Lesnar. I mean, he had a great match with Lesnar, but the promo segments, he wasn't at the point where he could carry a 10, 15-minute promo segment and go, bar for bar, word for word, insult for insult with his opponent. But now I have faith in him, man. I have faith he can make Cena step back and be like, yo, you know what? Behind the scenes, when it's all said and done, when they take the showmanship and out of it, and the healthy competition, I believe he could impress Cena and have Cena really be like, yo, I could see why the companies behind this guy. I could see that this ain't the guy that I was looking at in 2016, 2017.
No, yeah. He's gonna have something in the tank, especially with being around Heyman.
Yeah.
So long.
Oh, that guy's gonna be the X factor to this too.
he's gonna have something in the tank this time. Like, it's not gonna be a TKO knockout. It's not. But he's still gonna get schooled. He's still gonna get schooled, man.
Cena has been God. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's the God. You don't use your ability to hold a live crowd in the palm of your hands. But no. You don't lose that. But at the same time, he ain't here as much. He ain't here every week.
It doesn't matter. This is somebody who's in the upper echelon of mic workers. He's in that mic, and like I said, it goes back to the competition thing. You know what I mean? When Cena was making his way through the ranks, there was just so much different veteran bodies, certified bodies, you know what I mean, that was there to test him and go at him. Like his first big feud was JBL.
Yeah. Really great mic worker. Really great villain that created one of the best heroes ever. That guy, if it wasn't for that great of a villain to springboard him, man, that's why you need great villains to create great heroes.
Cena had to hang in here with him, and then he went on the other guys I already named. Hunter,
Kurt Angle.
The
Booker.
The game was different. If Roman had guys like this, then he would have been ready already.
Yeah. Those guys were real different when it came to the shit talking and when it comes to the character work. Those guys, everybody we just named, they know who they are as characters, and they know what the character's supposed to say in every scenario because they're not playing the part, they're being the part. They are the part all the time. That's one of the lost pieces. Some of them, kind of flirt with it, but that's one of the lost arts of professional wrestling right now. It's like, be that part all the time. I know it's a work. We all know it's a work. But in order for you to really, master your character and your craft, you can't think it. You got to be that dude, though. You got to really feel like you're that dude. And I think Roman has been the closest one of tapping into that. Like, he's not thinking about it anymore. He's just being him. I'm the Samoan spoiled guy that because of my family, I know I got opportunities and I'm using my family to do what I want. Like, yo, it's real, bro. This is my family. I'm going to tell them what to do. Like, he's not thinking about it. And I think we need more of that.
The thing is, in the ruthless aggression era, in the attitude era, they took that shit talking back and forth seriously.
Yeah.
They really took it seriously to try to one up the next guy. And the next guy, like, they took it really serious. They don't take it as serious in this era.
Yeah.
And that's why Roman's not battle tested the same way Cena's battle tested.
That's a very good point. Yeah. In the ruthless aggression era, in the attitude era, like, they were really like, it was really like a healthy competition inside. Like, yo, you ain't going to say something and get the crowd to react louder than I can. I'm going to say something back and I want the crowd to be louder for me. I want the heels trying to get the loudest boos and the faces trying to get the loudest pop. Like, you ain't going to outdo me. Like, we really are competing. It's a work, but you're competing for crowd reaction. You're competing for spots on the card. Like, they had that real competition factor. Now a lot of guys are just like, yeah, I'll do my best, but just if they don't take it personal, like, yeah, I want to be the best every week. I want the best promo, the best match, the best segment. We need more of that badly.
Yeah, it's just different. It's a different, completely different. So, and you can see it. You can see it through the program. If you really watch these guys when they talk on the microphone closely, like, you can see it. They're not trying to come with their best stuff. Come with your best stuff.
Yeah, that definitely. I want to switch gears into Goldberg, but like I was saying earlier, for those that may not know, the Monday Night Raw after Bobby Lashley, stomped on returning Keith Lee. It was great to see Keith Lee back. I was wondering, what was taking so long. He just disappeared silently.
It wasn't great to see him in that position, though. I felt bad for the guy.
Look, I agree. I technically think if you were going to make Keith Lee return, he shouldn't have been facing Bobby Lashley, because you can't. They booked themselves into a corner because Lashley can't afford a loss, but Keith Lee can't afford a loss either. So I
doing that to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of scratched my head on that one, and I think you could have saved that match for when Keith Lee was ready down the line. You could have built up to something, but you know what? Lashley looked dominant. He squashed Keith Lee. I think it was mainly to make him look dominant for Big Bad Bill Goldberg. Everybody's doing their complaining stuff. Goldberg's back. Goldberg's going to give us a short match. Goldberg, why is he here? I'm going to tell you guys why he's here, man. Look, I've never been the biggest Goldberg guy, but you guys got to understand, bro. The WWE, when they push people or when they put you in a main event spot, it's not simply Vince being like, hey, you guys line up here. I want you to be next in the main event. I want you next. Or I'm going to pick my favorite here, Goldberg. Then I'm going to pick Roman Reigns. Then I'm going to pick Seth. It's more to it than just picking your favorite wrestlers or picking who you think is nice. Ultimately, what I'm saying is WWE has analytics and measurements to see, all right, when Goldberg's name is attached to this, what happens? When Goldberg's merchandise is here, how much does this sell? They have analytics and certain metrics where they could see who really is over it. And Goldberg is still over it. I mean, his matches do suck sometimes. They can't go longer than 6-7 minutes, but Goldberg's over it. And I don't mind him coming to put people over. I would have an issue if they put the championship on him, but if he's here to put people over some more, I have no problem with it.
I have a problem with it if there's not going to be a stipulation. I have a problem with it because now
why? Because he's over. Can we at least admit that?
It's not about the overness, though. This is SummerSlam.
Isn't wrestling always partially about overness? That factors into a lot.
Yeah, but we know
if you're over.
We know Goldberg's going to get the reaction. You know, it's not like this guy is a jobber fighter in the back. You know what I mean? He has a name. He has a track record. He has a resume.
He's still relevant, like it or not.
So I respect him in that aspect, but this is SummerSlam. This is the World Championship. Can we get a show? Like,
you'll get a show.
So if
you're gonna get a show,
and not if there's no stipulation, we're just gonna see the same old Goldberg bullshit.
We're gonna get a show.
I'm just gonna run my body into you, and I'm gonna do it a couple times.
Come on, man.
Maybe
you guys be missing the point, man. When Ultimate Warrior, and I'm not saying they're on these guys' level. When Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan clashed, nobody was looking for a technical masterpiece. Come on, man.
That was the 80s.
You see, you think you're slick with that. You're right, but you're still slick for using that.
Yeah, but it was rare to see technical masterpieces in the 80s.
It
was rare. There wasn't that much guys that were doing that. You know what I mean? So, but nowadays, you need a little more than just what Goldberg's doing. Look at the last few times he showed up. It was just the same old BS.
The Drew McIntyre, to be fair, because his Undertaker match sucked so bad, the Drew McIntyre was actually an upgrade from that. Because it was like 6 minutes or so.
Is it really?
The Undertaker was the most terrible one, dropping him. He busted himself open.
I wasn't really liking the Braun one that much neither.
Come on.
It's the same old BS. So unless there's a stipulation where he could use some toys and put a little more offense in to stretch the match a little bit to at least give a show. Try to go for at least 10, 11, 12 minutes.
No, listen. I think I think the match is going to be marquee regardless. But
make it look like Bobby Lashley's back's against the wall.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key to. I think the key to this is to make people think Goldberg is going to win, even though he's not. And I agree with you. I agree with you on one thing. The match is going to contribute no matter what. It's going to be marquee, but a no holds barred with 270 plus pound muscle heads, people are going to be like, okay, what the hell's going on here? Now it's going to be like, okay, we're going to see some things here. So I definitely would like this to have a stipulation. I think it would add a nice attraction, because when's the last time we've seen two guys this big and bad and proven be able to play with weapons and take bumps through tables and all of that? Hell, I wouldn't hate a tables match. See who could muscle each other or spare each other through a table for.
Let's face it, Goldberg needs it.
Yeah.
Like, the guy, he's gonna go out there for 5-6 minutes and, like I said, do the same old, let me run my body into you, let me try to get a jackknife off, and let's call it a day. Like, he needs it at this point. Like,
let me ask you this. Something that
chair shots in, and that would at least be better. Let him jackknife him through a table.
Yeah, I think I absolutely agree that it has to, if it's a no holds bar match or like a tables match, it'll benefit Goldberg and it'll benefit the match, because two real heavyweights like that having weapons, the believability will be great.
And you got to compete with Cena Roman.
Right, that's another good factor.
This is SummerSlam we're talking about here. Like,
and they say they're trying to make SummerSlam beat WrestleMania, because they know WrestleMania wasn't one of the greatest. They're trying to make it great. So I think that would make it great.
Yeah, they have to add something to it. So he can at least last for a little bit longer on the camera. Like, if we see the same old Goldberg BS, man, it's just gonna make it a one-sided thing again. Where SmackDown's winning.
I think so. I have really high hopes for SummerSlam, especially because it's looking like we might get Seth Rollins and Edge. That's another superstar matchup. Man, Seth Rollins kicked the shit out of him in the head. Yo, I don't want to lose track of that match before we move into the next topic. Shout out to Edge, man. I know I've been on a few past sessions and episodes in the past, talking about how, as an all-timer, I know he's great, but I think he's like in the 30s and maybe 40s with all-time greats. But man, this is one of the best part-time comebacks ever. This guy's better than ever. I'm not exaggerating. That was a Attitude Era-esque match. It had technical wrestling. They told a great story. They took the big bumps on the barricade, and it was physical. And then they had Dominic and Ray come in and run in to stop the Usos. That was just classic Attitude Era stuff. The ref got knocked out. There was shenanigans. The crowd was just on every little point. But Edge, man, he hasn't missed, bro. He fought Randy Orton, in a last man standing. He fought Randy Orton in the greatest wrestling match ever. Went 40 minutes plus. Even though he got injured, came back, had a great triple threat at WrestleMania. Now one-on-one with Roman. I gotta give Edge his flowers, man. Edge is really great, and I don't know if you noticed, but he's changed his style a little bit. He's like more aggressive, but he's more technical. He told the story by isolating Roman's arm, and he's doing more submissions and telling more stories with submission holds. Edge is great, man. Edge is great.
That's why I'm in such a high regard, but it seems like
Edge is phenomenal.
It seems like nobody wants to back me up on it. I hold the Edge to. I put him in after guys like maybe Orton, Batista.
He's on that lane with those types.
I put him right after those. and those lists because let's face it, and you can't tell the ruthless aggression story without him. You just can't. He was one of the crucial cogs.
That's true. That's true.
And
That's true.
That whole mix, and he held his own with the best of them, and he's.
That's true.
I don't know,
bro. He's better than ever.
He had that.
He's better than ever. His body looked better than ever too. Like pause, but he got the physique right. He got the abs. He's a little more cut. He looked better than he was when he was active, more active. This guy in the promos, bro. Every time Edge picks up a microphone, it feels like he really hates your guts. That believability and that ability to really make you feel that emotion. He never wastes no words on the microphone. He hasn't missed. He really hasn't missed.
He had a great match with Orton. He held his own.
Yeah.
He repeated it with Roman by himself.
Come on, man.
And I knew he could get good stuff out of Roman.
Roman's so damn good too, dog. That was a classic match. That I could say, probably other than Cena. Remember Cena versus Punk? The legendary after the pipe bomb where CM Punk was fighting Cena in the bank. If he lost, his career was over. Other than that match, I think Roman and Edge was probably the best Money in the Bank match ever. That was a classic.